So Sue and I are back from our cruise, and it was a wonderful time, but it is Monday morning and it's time to get back to work. So I'm starting off the day by going and picking up some boxes that were delivered to the old store. Got to go to Great American because we sold some furniture over the weekend and we've got some big holes. I have to figure out what I need to fill. But it is getting ready for Vintage Market Days, which is this weekend. We start setting up tomorrow, actually. Yeah, it's going to be a busy week. We had a great time, but we're off and rolling again. So this is my booth now. We've been having a problem with this breaking. I guess it's too much weight, so I stopped by Target and I got some baskets for some of the stamps, so we're going to work on that. And I definitely need to put in an order of Dixie Belle because it's been selling like crazy and I have some open spots. There was a big china cabinet here and it has sold, which is awesome. I need to do work on my stencil wall, but that's not going to happen today. I'm really surprised this beautiful black piece hasn't sold yet, but that's okay. Those little spider plants are not mine, so I'll have to figure that out. I had another sofa table that was here that has also sold. And if you walk over into this side of our booth, there were 2 dining sets here actually, and they're both gone. For sure, this is looking empty. Sold some stuff on the shelves. You can see holes in the shelves where things are not there. That wall is still looking good. We just got all our Klingons and our mini transfers, though I can see I've already sold out of one of the sets of mini transfers, and I just refilled them all last week, so I'm gonna have to look that one up. And kind of here is what's happening. Again, you see holes in some of the transfers, so I've got to get that all worked out. I want to remove this, so I think these will end up going on that other pegboard wall, and we'll figure out how I'm going to do the rest of this. This white bench I'm actually thinking is going to come home with me. I really like it, and I'm going to put it on my front porch. And then here's what's left. So I definitely am going to have some work to do in getting this booth full. Because I have so much to do, this is very much a case of let's do what we can. I decided not to take the bench home, and I did organize the stamps and the baskets that I purchased. Bench fit so nicely under the stamps, and it was a good height for flipping through. And then I rearranged some of the furniture to make the booth feel a little more full. Rather than having that big gaping empty hole, I moved the furniture that was behind the big black bookcase and filled up that opening. It really still needs work, a lot of work, to be honest, and I need to get some stuff out there. There's just no time with Vintage Market Days is one of the biggest events for us in the year. So I did what I could to fill in on spots, and I may actually have to go there tomorrow and take some stuff away. I will talk about that later in the video, but I do think it looks better now. Okay guys, so we are here at the Clay County Fairgrounds, and we have just begun to unload for Vintage Market Days. I'm gonna flip the camera around and kind of explain some things and let you see a peek of the space before it is all set up. This is the first day of setup, and today's day of setup is only for the largest of the booths. We have a 20 by 20 booth, and so that is why we have a little bit more time. If you try to get everybody in, especially with these really large booths like this, it becomes very difficult. So they're very organized at getting everybody set up and unloaded and out of the way. So it would be better if I had brought my trailer keys, but apparently I left those at the warehouse, and John, my husband, is off to go get those. Rob and the guys are unloading the U-Haul, and then we will figure out how to get into the trailer. So again, our booth is 20 by 20, so we are marked off here. I think this means we are next door to the weathered wheel. That is my guess. Where the spray paint is where all the booth marks are. So you can see this is if you had a 10-foot booth, and we go all the way back here. And then we go down to basically the end of the rug. And we're a little bit wider than the rug on this side. And what that's going to give us is you often see our fence out, and then we put things outside the fence, but we're keeping it inside our booth outside the fence. I hope that makes sense. See, the guys are unloading everything, and then I have my trailer, which needs to have keys. So Rob has created this structure, and I feel like he might be the only one who knows how it all works. So he is here to help us assemble. So unfortunately, one of the things that happened this year, because we were so busy and had so much going on and we're very short-staffed, is that this trailer hasn't been opened since our last market. So I literally have no idea what's left, and it's even still full of empty boxes from the last market. So we are gonna do our best, and this is probably the least prepared I've ever been for a market. Now that the trailer is open and the guys can get to all of the components, let's watch them quickly put this booth together. Believe me, this is time-lapsed. It took way longer than it should have, but that's okay. It got together in the end. I do think before the next market, I will be trying to figure out how to create a better structure. While I was sitting here watching them assemble it, I actually was making notes on exactly how I could build this a little more quickly. Okay, so the guys have just left. It's almost 5 o'clock. We have so much left to do, but we do have 2 days left to do it, so that's a good thing. I'm going to kind of give you a little tour. That light fixture is not going to stay there. We had an idea that is clearly not going to work, so yeah, it'll get moved. So let me just kind of step out and show you where we are and kind of how we've set things up. We have a 20 by 20 square, and we have basically defined our perimeters. You can kind of see the little lines on the corners here on the ground, and this is our cash wrap here. So we'll be on the other side, and customers can line up out here. There'll be nice buckets of flowers here. This will all be decorated really nicely. We have this 3-piece bookcase, basically entertainment center, that we will fill up with accessories. And because our cash wrap is here, even though it's on the outside wall of our booth, we will be able to monitor it, and we'll be able to put stuff up here, some of our larger items up there as well. Back at the front of the booth, we'll go around this side, and then we'll kind of go inside. So we've got a little table. Our fence is in a little bit here, so we've got a table on either side flanking, and this is our little fella. He's at all of our shows. Heather put that cute little applique on there, I guess, the VBD applique. When I was growing up, my grandmother had a statue like this that we called Little Fella, and this actually got destaged in a house, came home with us. I have no idea why, but he has come to every fair since with us, and we have named him Little Fella in honor of the one that I had when I was a kid. This is our mounds of boxes, and there's Sue.
Help us, please, help us.
Help us. And mayhem continues. This is all the stuff that has to go in here somehow, and actually I will guarantee you it's not very much. It'll all get in there, and it's not as much as it looks like. We are on a corner. We are actually on a corner on 3 sides. So we have an aisle on 3 sides of us. So this is how you come in from this side, and you can see again the Vintage Bee Design Co. is on this door, which will greet you right as you come through here. These should be flowers. So all of our exterior should be flowers and greenery. And then coming in, we have a dining room table set, which is for sale. And then you can see we have lots and lots of shelving. And that is because we sell a lot of smalls. So we will utilize basically every inch. This is our noodle board rack, which is clearly not currently full of noodle boards. Hopefully I'll have a chance to get some of those done before the weekend, because we literally have none that are completed. And yeah, so for right now, we also have to upholster the seat cushions for these and get them on the chairs before Friday morning. So this is kind of a look at where our booth is. This wall again is actually an aisle, but this is where we have the blue bookcase on the other side. And this is one entrance, and here is another entrance. So you can come and go from a couple of different ways. So people can come. We have an inside and an outside in our booth. So it is, one of the guys, as we were setting up, described it as a fort. And that's, we're a clubhouse. And so that's kind of a peek at where we are. We've got a lot of work to do, so I guess I'm going to stop talking and get to work.